get people to pay. First of all, I mean, B.O.B., probably a very wealthy man. I haven't heard any of his songs really lately, but he had a couple year stretch there when he was very popular. Couldn't he fund a satellite himself? Nonetheless, he wants to send a satellite out to outer space that would then show Earth is flat.
The word that kills me is prove. Also, we have satellite images from outer space that prove the world is not...
But do we really? How do we know it wasn't Hollywood?
Uh,
The FBI needs to get on this.
No, they're doing just fine. They need to straighten out the NCAA. It's been the most corrupt system, arguably, in the United States for the last 30 years.
Rick Pitino, he's going to be FBI. Actually, I don't think he can be the FBI. He's too old for FBI. But Rick Pitino, he and the FBI, they're going to get close. And all of a sudden, the Louisville scandal is going to get swept under the rug. It's going to be all about the U.
Or all about B.O.B. But
yeah, I think we should change the name of the song or of this program to something that has to do with B.O.B. Airplanes and shooting stars.
All right, it is
use a wish right now.
7:50 in San Luis Obispo. You are listening to The Clutch on Spreaker.com.
That's true.
Spreaker.
Something like that, yep.
And we're going to take a quick break if my homeboy Alex has the music queued up.
I do.
And we'll see you in a little bit.
We will see you in a few minutes. Bye-bye for now.
You're listening to The Clutch with Clupp and Fletch on Spreaker Radio.
1 million lovers that choose from, but none like her. The only one for sure. 1 million lovers that choose from, but none like her.
Now, back to The Clutch with Clupp and Fletch on Spreaker Radio.
All right, everybody. Welcome back in. This is Alex Klepper and Ben Fletcher, and you are joining us on our little project called The Clutch. We are in San Luis Obispo. It is now nighttime.
It is. It's dark outside.
And so we're going to start talking about some serious stuff for a little bit.
Time to get serious.
We're going to go away from our normal, joyful, playful tones that everyone loves so much.
Yep. Everyone loves it.
But first, a little rundown of what's going to come up later.
Ooh, yeah. You want to do that?
We still have Dwayne Wade and Carmelo Anthony to talk about.
We do.
We still have some MLB to talk about.
We do.
But for now,
Oh, and the actual games in the NFL.
oh yeah, that too. Man,
Yeah.
I can't wait to actually
Did that
talk
happen?
about the
Did
NFL.
that happen? Yeah, okay. But first, like Ben was saying, we gotta touch on the subject that is the subject heard around the world for the last 4 days since last Friday, when President Trump called Colin Kaepernick and anyone who kneeled for the anthem SOBs, and created a firestorm of opinions on both sides, and really galvanized the NFL family, if you can call them a family, to take kind of more direct and group action. A lot of teams kneeling, a lot of teams, a few teams not even coming out for the anthem because they didn't want to have to make players make that choice. And I just, both of us want to say, as a disclaimer, everyone is entitled to the way that they feel, unless you just totally dislike people of another race, then your opinion is not wrong. Your opinion is wrong if you just totally dislike people from another race, because that makes you a bad person. But if you disagree with what we say, that is fine. But we want to share our beliefs.
And tell us if you disagree with us.
Tell us if you disagree. Once again, that phone number, 805-595-3776. I will probably answer your call. I may even stop mid-rant to answer your call. Or if Ben is
because
speaking.
we really do. We want to hear what you
We
think.
do.
I want to hear what Alex thinks. We've purposely not talked about this.
This is true. And we have not talked about this.
And this isn't a issue that should be divisive. Am I saying that right?
No, yeah, that was
in
good.
our country, and I don't want it to be divisive for our friendship. I
No.
don't want it to be divisive for our listeners.
So, to highlight the fact that this doesn't have to be divisive between people, even if they definitely disagree, is I talked with my dad on the phone yesterday, and I had a feeling that this was going to come up because he likes to bring up sports stuff, like the biggest story in sports, and he usually, does that, even though he's not a big sports fan. He tries to connect with me that way. And so I knew with both how he kind of thought about things. Oh, we got a caller already.
Over
how
under
I-
that's actually for us.
Oh, that's true. Maybe I better answer this, and you can continue talking.
Okay, well, I also had a conversation with my father today about this. It gets brought up pretty much no matter what. And basically, what I'm coming down to, and I think that Alex made a really good point with, unless you really don't like someone because of your race, your opinion has validity to it. Alex, is it an actual guest?
It's it's Mr. Sylvester.
Okay, well, we are going to get Chris Sylvester on in a little bit, the voice of the Mustang football. But some of the bullet points that I brought up for this protest, which is a very important thing in America right now because it's the one thing in the last however long that politics have become sports news and sports news has become political news. And it's huge. So my bullet points are, it is a peaceful protest, and that is fantastic. It is a fantastic cause that needs to be addressed. I think that racial oppression since this country has been founded has been one of, if not the biggest issue in America. And it's making headlines. It is working, and that is great. Let's face it, every single headline in the last 5 days has been either what will NFL players do to protest Trump or what have they done to protest Trump, and to what extent did they do it.
Yep.
Here is my one little thorn in the side I have through all of this. And then Alex is going to rebuttal, and then hopefully one of you do.
Yeah.
I call it my middle school argument.
Okay.
In your elementary school or middle school,
Yeah.
did you stand up every day to say the Pledge of Allegiance?
Elementary school.
Okay.
Yeah, not middle school.
So in elementary school, we'll go with. Were there people of more than one race in your elementary school?
Yes.
Okay. Did that feel like the one time where cliques, where other issues that you guys had really no validity because every single person in your class was doing the same thing?
I don't know. I mean, a little bit, but I also remember that kind of being just a little bit awkward. Even back, I felt kind of it felt weird to me because I had never gone to church or anything. So I was never part of a kind of a ritual speech type of thing or a ritual blessing, and it included under God and all this stuff. So I wasn't quite sure what to think of it. I was happy to do it because I whatever the teacher said, little Alex was doing. But at the same time, like, no, I totally understand where you're coming from. But to me, like, it was also like kind of just a little bit like awkward, just because like I didn't feel like it totally fit with what I was. And I know it fit with other people, maybe more so with other people who had more of a religious background, just because they had it under God. And I was like, you're 6 years old and you haven't really been taught about God because you didn't go to church or anything. So it was just, that is like a whole different can of worms, but I understand where you're coming from.
Okay. Anywho.
Yes.
We digress.
Yes.
But in my opinion,
yeah,
sports historically have brought people together. Mm-hmm. Whether it is you're sitting on the couch with your friends in your fantasy football league, or the entire city of San Francisco coming together 3 out of 5 years to be downtown for the parade after the World Series.
Yeah.
The national anthem historically is a 2-minute segment at a time where Americans can be united no matter what race, religion, gender, or any way you identify. Mm-hmm. The one thing that everyone has done together in a country for as long as we've been a country has now become a divisive issue, and that kind of bothers me. Sit, stand, do whatever you want, but the fact that this one thing that we've all had in common for so long, and that the one thing, honestly, that has been able to unite us as a country is becoming a divisive issue, and I think that's the opposite of what NFL players are going for. Mm-hmm. And let me repeat, the cause they are going for is the best cause to protest right now in the entire United States, probably in history.
Yeah.
And I agree 100% with everything they're doing. I just wish they would find another way to do it. With the people, the names that they have, they could pack stadiums, charge money for people to come in, and they could hold forums with guest speakers. They could do so many other things rather than sitting down during the national anthem. And yes, I am biased. I have an uncle and a grandfather who are in the Air Force. Mm. And yes, I am biased. They have been teaching me my whole life to respect the flag and the freedom that it represents.
Yeah.
And I understand that freedom also represents them to be able to sit down during that 2 minutes. But the fact that it is now causing just this giant rift between people who are booing every day and NFL players, it just kind of rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah. We do have a caller on the line. So let's try to get to him and see if he has anything to add to what Ben said, or if he has any rebuttals. Mr. Chris Sylvester, I believe you were there.
And look who's coming up.
Hello?
Hello.
Sorry, guys. Just listening to a little some sports.
Yeah.
Just had a quick question. Big fan of the show.
Yeah.
First time, long time.
Yeah.
First time caller, long time listener.
Yep.
I just wanted to get your guys' take on seeing if maybe we could cut out a few states and seeing if that would help.
A few steaks?
Yeah, I mean, this whole thing with the flag, maybe we cut out a few states.
Yeah.
States, not steak, not cow. You mean state.
STATE.
Yeah, I'm not good at the spelling stuff, but yeah. I think we're on the same page here.
I think so.
I just wanted to get your guys' take on how we can all come together. And
you thinking like Iowa or like Alaska? You have any states in mind, sir?
I've been to Iowa once.
Yeah.
Just once. It's a good state. Idaho, on the other hand, I'm not too sure of.
I think you'll find out soon enough.
So, which states are you referring to, Chris Sylvester?
No, nothing in particular. I just feel as if out here on the West Coast or the Central Coast or whatever you want to call it, we're just chilling. But it seems to me like these issues are coming from elsewhere.
This is true. Yeah. No, I think it would be very hard to secede, whether it's Texas wanting to succeed or California or the great state of Iowa. So you know what? If you want to get things going, Chris, I will sign a petition, change.org. You got my signature, buddy.
Okay.
Chris.
Yeah, guys, I just wanted to weigh in. I know the phone lines are lighting up.
Yeah.
I got the
Up
busy
and
tone.
down.
Are those Van Halen tickets at Spanos for next month still available?